So, Michael, do you want to tell us about yourself and your life before you had back pain?
Was saying in 2003 was when I first got my serious setback back pain. I did notice it when I was 14. That was playing football, but really it happened when in 2003. At the time, I was doing rugby, basketball, mixture of sports, and but one morning I just woke up and I felt like someone had thumped me right in my butt, and it was like electric shock right through my left hand side all the way down to my calf. It lasted at that time for about, at the time I was going to college at the same time, it lasted for about 3 to 4 months, constant. So after a while then it did settle down. I completed my exams. A year or two later it came back at me again, and at this time I it wasn't during training, I was just walking down the street. I just stepped off the footpath and it was like an electric shock straight through my body, and what I noticed, the only relief I got was put my hands against the wall. I couldn't straighten up properly, and it was like, here we go again. And but since that point, I was still training. I waited 4 or 5 weeks for it to settle down. Went back training. Felt tight. I used to train. At the time, I was training maybe 4 or 5 times a week. I was still fairly active, but I was still getting constant pain. And what I noticed after each training session, the recovery time, pain-wise, between one session and the next session was too long. And basically, I just in 2008, 2009, I was 25, 26. I just broke down. I had enough training. The thoughts of actually going training, even going on the bus, sitting down, going to the pub with friends, anything like that, it was just too much. I broke down again then, early, be December 2011, around Christmas time. I broke down. I live in a small village and I couldn't walk down the street. I had to stop 3 or 4 times walking down the street. Sitting down was too painful. I had to kind of sit on my side, put a leg over the arm of the chair. If I was going to bed, I had to sleep on my side and put a pillow between my legs just to get any kind of relief. Tablets didn't work, you name it, they all didn't work. Ropes, DP, they relaxed the muscles, but the pain, the signal was still being sent. So then I went for another MRI in the start of February. Didn't notice that for whatever reason the bulges shrank, but I was still in pain, and I was trying to get a handle on it. Started just going through simple things, just like relaxing, sitting down, even because he tested me how I was sitting down, how I was standing up. And when I look back at it, and at the time it was like, because all along you're taught to protect yourself, you gotta protect yourself. If you stand up, you sit down, everything has to be tense. But I noticed going through, looking back at it, I was actually probably doing more damage to myself because I wasn't letting myself relax. Since I started doing it with yourself, I can pick up a chair, you name it, I can pick it up, and I'm not thinking as such about it, and just relaxing, going through it like I normally would say if I in my teenage years. It wasn't till I hurt my back that I really started. You kind of become obsessed with it. Everything is focused about it. You can't do nothing without.
And when you describe that, it sounds like there's a physical element and a mental element in terms of the rehabilitation. Is that fair to say?
Definitely, because like I said, I've gone through countless physical sessions, you name it, I've gone through it, and they would work maybe because the muscles will relax maybe for an hour, maybe a week later, or even say it could be a couple of hours. You could be just sitting at home and it would come back at you, or something mentally could set you off. It could be just the fact you got tense, or anything like that.
So do you want to tell us how you're doing now at the moment in terms of your back pain and life in general?
So back pain was the fact that I'm sitting down for how many minutes this is going on, but the fact that I can sit down, I'm doing a course at the moment, I'm preparing for exams. Before, the thoughts of sitting down for 3 hours straight would have been too much. I wouldn't even consider it because I've done that before, in my previous, and I would have to keep getting up every so often. I've done mock exams just a couple of weeks ago. I can sit down for my 3 hours. I'm like anyone else. When I get up, maybe I crack a bit or creak a bit, but I'm able to get up, and I'm not. Before, people back there might notice, but when you get up, the first couple of steps, it's like you have pure tight electricity, everything just firing, and then it might settle out a bit. Sometimes it wouldn't. Now I get up and it's like at the start when I first started with stuff, it's like I would get up and I'm waiting for the pain, and it's like it's not right. And then I would actually have, like, when I would used to finish tests with myself, just go home and I would try to test it out myself and do it like the way I was taught all along, was just be nice and tight, try to get up, and then you would, if you did 3 or 4 times, you feel the pain coming back. But doing it the other way, you could do it countless times.
And then if we looked at things like your social life, your sleeping ability, and your ability to cope with stress, how are they at the moment?
Was when I was really at my worst, I couldn't go out because the thoughts of going out was like, oh, I can't sit in the stool because my hamstrings would go. I can't sit in the inside bench because if I get up, my back, I might be able to straighten up. I couldn't sit down for that long. If I was standing too much, it was kind of, now I can go or come, do whatever I want. Sleep-wise, back when I really had it, I used to bring an ice pack with me. I used to put into like a small cooler box alongside the bed. I used to have a hot water bottle that I would have in the bed, warm in the bed before I even got into it. And that was just to make me kind of more relaxed. And I might, at the time, I might get a couple of hours sleep if I was lucky. And then it would be a matter of getting up and walking around the room. Or I'd done it a few times. I would have to physically walk out of the house and walk down the street at 3, 4 o'clock in the morning, and people are like, what's his problem like?
And where do you want to be?
I want to be back doing what I was doing before. Maybe not to the same level, because obviously I'm older, but just being part of a group. Because when you suffer with pain, that's why you don't really want to be around people or be a part of a group. Because, like, from my background, I was doing martial arts or say boxing or anything like that, and you see lads you were trained with, and you see them compete, and it's like, I want to do that, and then mentally then you're getting tense again, and it's just, it would set things off. Whereas now, gone through what I've gone through, and I said I'm a lot more relaxed. I've started coaching again. I'm starting to get back into it myself. It just, I wouldn't set a goal to like be professional or anything like that. It's just I want to do it, and if I can do it, then I'll push myself again. Because all along you would be told by countless people that walking, maybe swimming, that was your lot, pretty much.
And do you think that doing more vigorous exercise is safe for your back?
Originally, because like I was saying, I gave up training probably early 2009, and when I first did it, it probably sounded good, but after a couple of months, it made no difference.
So your pain was no better, and you were missing out on the sport.
It was actually coming on at different, before, like, it used to be after a session, maybe the following morning, you would find it, or that kind of way. Whereas now, it was in 2009, the time, it was like, I could just walk down to the shop and it would come at me. And like, or I could just reach for the control or something like that. And it would be just some simple things. And when I noticed I was starting to feel weak as well with it, say my lower body, especially with say my calves, because one calf used to be roasting hot, the other calf it was kind of like opposite. But since I started this, I had a few setbacks along the way, but like I'm getting there again. I'm able to walk myself, sitting down, no bother, and that's it.
And you mentioned a couple of MRIs showed things like disc bulges, and which were actually getting smaller despite your pain getting worse.
That was.
What do you think was causing your pain, and how important are those disc bulges for your pain at the moment? Are you worried about them?
No, I'm not worried about it, because like from now I realise that like so many people in the population they probably have a bigger bulge than me, probably have more areas than what I had, and necessarily it probably wasn't just the bulge that was causing it, it's all the other factors because I was so tense. And they all focus on strengthening the core, which in theory is good, but say if I walked into a shop or if I was at work and someone set me off, there was no actual side to that was being brought across as like, oh, I'm being tense again, and now everything's tense, and now the pain is back again. Whereas now I know if I relax, get by, I might get a trigger of pain, but I know if if I just relax, go away, do something, come back, I'm back pretty normal again.